Say hi, Ticka Monk. Say hi, Ticka Monk. He's so cute. You so cute. You so cute with your little double chin. I love it. Mama loves it. Hey babes, and welcome back to another video. If you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. Today I'm gonna be talking about my labor and delivery story. So yeah, okay y'all, so I'm gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna try to speed it up a bit because baby Leo just did wake up from his nap and I don't want him to get cranky. So yeah, let's see if I'm gonna be able to finish this video. But okay, I gave birth at 41 weeks and 5 days. Baby Leo's due date was March 14th. March 14th was Leo's due date. I ended up giving birth on the 26th. They were gonna induce me on the Monday, but Sunday morning my water broke while I was eating breakfast. So basically I'm sitting down eating. You smiling? You enjoying this? You little flirt. So basically I'm sitting down eating and I feel like I'm peeing on myself because we were laughing about something. So I started laughing. I felt a gush and I'm like, oh my god, I peed on myself. Let me wait till everybody clears the table so I could get my embarrassed ass up and go to the bathroom and shower. But it kept coming. I'm like, am I peeing on myself or is this like my water breaking? And it ended up being my water breaking. I go to the bathroom and I pull down my pants and it's like even more coming down even more because I sat down on the toilet and my pants is all green and yellow and brown, and it was that color because the baby ended up pooping inside because of how long he was in there for. He was past due, so yeah, he didn't want to come out on the due date and he didn't want to come out on Monday when they were gonna induce me. You said on my time only, on my time only. You're so cute. I love you. But yeah, y'all. Oh, you better throw up. I heard that. Y'all heard that? So basically, I didn't have no pad. I didn't have nothing ready. I was supposed to go Sunday. I didn't have my bags ready. I was in the middle of washing clothes in the morning time. Because Monday at 8, I was supposed to be at the hospital so they could induce me. So I opened up a pack of Pampers and cause from the baby shower we got a lot of Pampers. I opened up the size 2. I opened it up. I plopped it right on to my panties as a freaking pad, and I was so swollen. You could go back to my old videos and see how like big my face was, and I was so swollen to the point where my pants didn't want to fit. So imagine me, big old belly. You could tell I have a freaking pamper on because of how bushy it is on my butt area. And my pants are super tight to the point where it's like I could barely move. I get to the hospital and this lady's like, oh my god, your water broke. We gotta rush you up. And I'm like, no, I think it's better if I walk. She's like, no, sweetheart, you gotta sit your booty down. And I sat down. We went straight to the 5th floor because the 5th floor is where okay, Leo, you just gonna chill, okay? Because the 5th floor is where labor and delivery area is at, and they hooked me up to the machines. Leo was doing fine. My blood pressure was a bit low. I suffered with a lot with my blood pressure during my pregnancy. It would go really high, really low, really high, really low. So when I came in, it was kind of low, and then by the time they moved me to the room, it was like 140 something, which is supposedly it's a bit high, not super high, but a bit high, and checked me to actually see if my water broke, even though I already knew my water had broken. They had to like open me up and do like a swab and go get it checked out to make sure it's like the water being broken instead of pee. So she comes back, she's like, your water broke. I'm like, yeah, girl, I know. I've been telling y'all my water broke. She goes and calls the doctor. The doctor comes in and checks me. I'm still only like almost 1 centimeter. I'm like a fingertip, like almost a fingertip basically. And he's like, oh, we're gonna have to give you some medicine to induce you, and we're gonna go and move you over to the room. Y'all, I stayed from Sunday at 1 o'clock all the way till freaking Sunday 1 p.m. all the way till Tuesday 1 a.m. and freaking labor. I was laboring for a long time. I did get the epidural. I had to get it twice, but I'll get into that later. Okay, y'all, I'm looking back on the video and I'm noticing it's all over the place. I apologize for that. I am not a good storyteller whatsoever, but I felt like I wanted to post this video because there's so many people out there, and I'm one of them, that were searching for like labor and delivery stories. I know mine is not that interesting, but you know, everyone has their story. I thought I was gonna share mine. So once they took me to the room, they hooked me up, they gave me the IV, and they gave me a ball to bounce on. They set up the room all cute and stuff. Like, it was a spacious room compared to the room where I was after I gave birth. So I stayed 19 hours without epidural, and it was pretty good until the pain started coming in once I hit 5 centimeters. It took me 19 hours to even hit 5 centimeters, which was horrible. I salute to people who have really quick births, people who have even longer births, and they do not get epidural, because labor pains is something different. So they gave me the epidural. Everybody say when they give you the epidural, it hurts. To me, it didn't really hurt. I was in so much pain already. It's not a little needle, but the needle didn't really make that much of a difference. I did feel like a little stinging, but it wasn't so bad. They put it in. I felt okay for the first 2 hours, and then unfortunately the epidural moved only to my right side of my body, so I felt everything on my left side. So they had to take it out and redo it, and once they did that, I was okay. So basically, around 9 o'clock, I told the nurse I had to push, and she's like, no, sweetheart, you're okay, you're gonna know when you need to push. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I know when I need to push. She was like, okay, we're gonna send the doctors, and she checks me, and she's like, no, you're good, you're only 8 centimeters. So another hour passes, and now I really feel like I have to push, and it's the same nurse. She was about to switch her shift because I told her, and she was like, no, we just checked you last hour, you're not gonna dilate to 10 all the way. I'm like, are you sure? And she's like, yeah. To this point, I didn't want nobody touching me. My sister was there like rubbing my head like this, and I'm like, please don't touch me. I don't do good with pain when people touch me, and I felt horrible for even like being so rude to them. But at that moment, I didn't want nobody touching me. I was in so much pain already. I felt like the baby was coming down on its own, and I needed to push with my body, and every time that would happen, fluid would come out. I had my sisters check if I was bleeding, because I could have swore I was bleeding, but no, it was just water still coming out. And yeah, so basically, I'm sorry, y'all, I say so yeah and basically a lot. So yeah. And like a lot. But back to the story. I kept telling the nurse I had to push, and she was like, no, we just checked you last hour and you were only at 8 centimeters, you're okay, we'll check you in another hour. So her shift ends, and a new nurse comes in. I'm like, please check me, I have to push. And she's like, okay babes, we'll check you. And she's like, okay, we're gonna check you. Thank goodness this nurse is so nice and she decided to check me. After I gave birth, I thanked her like a million times. She checks me, she calls the doctor in to check me. They check me, and I'm at 10 centimeters. Like I've been telling the nurse before, I was feeling like I had to push and liquid was coming out, and she didn't want to believe me because she had just checked me an hour before. But I knew how my body was feeling. I kept telling them, they didn't want to believe me. So boom, I'm 10 centimeters dilated, and a nurse, the doctor tells me, we're gonna go and we're gonna go and get you ready for you to push. I'm like, okay. So they did tell me because of the baby pooping inside, he might have some lung problems. I don't remember that much what she was telling me, but because of that, he they were gonna call extra doctors if it was needed. It was my baby father, his mom, and my sister in the room with me. And when I was pushing for 40 minutes, pushed for 40 minutes, and came out, he wasn't breathing, so they pushed the button. When the baby came out, my sister looked at me and she started crying. My baby father's mother, she walked out the room. My baby father was crying. I'm like, what's going on? I kept asking, is the baby okay? Is the baby okay? What's going on? And there was like one nurse with me holding my hand, and that was about it. Like they pushed the button, and about 5-6 doctors came in, and I know it's because he had pooped inside, and I know that's not good when that happens. So then the doctors are on there, and my sister's crying, and his father's crying, and I'm like, what's going on? And my sister, she had taken pictures of my labor, and they had security come up and look at her phone and to see if she had got anything, because when the baby came out, he was super purple. He wasn't reacting. It took him about like a minute or two to cry, and they had to. Yeah, you want to talk? You want to tell them the story? You remember the story? Do you remember the story? You was there, Baba. You was there. Yeah. You was there. Tell a story. Yeah, my little jewel monster. But yeah, my sister, she had to get her phone checked because they wanted her to delete the baby coming out because of the way he came out, of course. And she told me when he came out, his little body, like, it looked like he wasn't breathing. He was like purple. And I figured that's why they pushed the button so all the doctors could come in, because of the way he was looking. I'm not sure how he was actually looking because I wasn't able to see him because the doctors were all in front of me. Because it was my bed right here, where I'm at, and then the baby was basically right there, and then the doctors were right here. So I wasn't able to see, but other than that, my labor and delivery went really good, but that was a scary moment for me. And yeah, y'all. And yeah, now I have a beautiful baby boy that I love to bits and pieces. Right, Papa? Right? You're so handsome. I love it. But yeah, now he's perfectly fine. And he's a super active baby, as you guys could see. He's gonna be 5 months. No, he just turned 5 months today. He turned 5 months today, and he acts like a little year-old, holding his head so good. You're trying to get the phone, huh? You're trying to get mama's phone, boy. Yeah? Papas. But yeah, y'all, thank you for watching the video. My birthday's around the corner, so this week I will be filming for my birthday. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and press the bell notification so you guys can see more of this beautiful face. More of this beautiful face.